The pollen count at near high records. Those of us with springtime allergies are having a pretty hard time. So if you need a little extra help getting through the sneezing season, an Atlanta doctor recommends hitting the produce aisle. That's medical team's Beth Galvin is here to talk about foods that can help your allergies. I think we would try pretty much anything, Beth.
And good morning. Yes, Elise, I think a lot of us, when our spring allergies begin to hit, we just reach for a box of medication. But Dr. Taz Badia says food is her go-to, and she showed us some natural remedies that she says can help take the edge off your spring allergies.
If the pollen's making you miserable right now, your local drugstore offers plenty of over-the-counter medications that can help. But Dr. Taz Badia, founder of Center Spring MD in Atlanta, recommends hitting the grocery store first to load up on some of her favorite inexpensive allergy-fighting foods.
One of my favorites is quercetin, and quercetin is an antihistamine and it's also an anti-inflammatory.
Leafy greens like kale are rich in quercetin, so are broccoli, red onions, tomatoes, and apples.
Another one is bromelain. Bromelain also helps to control histamine and inflammation, acts as a digestive enzyme as well. That's found naturally in pineapples.
And Dr. Taz recommends picking up some ginger.
It seems to help the digestive system and it helps inflammation. So sort of combining apple, pineapple, and ginger together into a fun, daily drink is something you could do to help you with your spring allergies.
Dr. Taz also swears by honey, especially local honey, which she says can help introduce your immune system to tiny amounts of local pollen that can dampen down your body's reactivity when you do go outside. And she says foods that boost your digestive health can also help with your allergies.
Some of the foods I like to talk about are probiotic-rich foods like yogurt or kefir or even kombucha. And in addition to that, even things like bone broth that put the right bacteria into the gut.
And finally, Dr. Taz recommends picking up an inexpensive bottle of apple cider vinegar.
One of the things we know it does is it balances gut bacteria and it helps the digestive process. So maybe adding in a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, once a day, but diluting it in about 3 tablespoons of water could be a way to help you with spring allergies as well.
Okay, and a few other things that might help ease your allergies. You want to keep the windows closed right now, even when you're in the car, windows at your home too, and use a HEPA filter inside your home to catch some of those pollen particles that could be circulating. And you want to shower before bedtime when you come in so that you're not taking the pollen to bed with you, at least, because we're spending 8 hours a night. You don't want to spend 8 hours a night with pollen in your hair and all over your body.
Good point to keep in mind. So are there certain foods we should avoid if we have spring allergies?
So I would say, and I think Dr. Taz would say, try to avoid foods that can cause inflammation. So we're talking about things like alcohol, maybe steer clear of processed foods like white bread. Dairy can also cause inflammation. Dairy can be good, like Greek yogurt can be good for gut health, but it can cause too much dairy inflammation in the body.
Trying to steal all of our joy here? Our bread, our alcohol, our dairy. I mean, what's... Okay, so a good point there, but neti pot. I have a lot of friends that have used those to maybe help rinse out their sinuses. Can that help?
My husband loves the neti pot, and yes, it can really help you to flush out your nasal cavities, but you do want to make sure that you're using sterilized water, and you do want to make sure that you're keeping your neti pot clean so that you're not putting germs into your nasal cavities. Also, you want to be using it every day to kind of rinse out your cavities.
Yeah, it could be worth a shot. This is something you can relate to, and I know I can with having a dog. I promise you, my dog came in yellow the other day from laying in all the pollen, and I was like, okay, it doesn't matter what I'm doing. I've got to make sure I take care of this. Just bringing it in the house.
Yeah, and he's got a little more fur than mine.
Yes, got to keep an eye on that. Anything to help. All right, Beth, thank you.